to keep it at 8 or if we want to do 8:30. So I'm recording now. Okay, so I didn't really want to say anything. I'll just let Jessica start here in just a second, but I just wanted to remind you guys that we're doing our 3-day refresh group starting Monday. So if you want to do a post about that, I think that would be a good idea, just to kind of do one more jab to see if you can get anybody interested in losing. Like, you can kind of look at the post I did just to go off of it, but it always gets people's attention when you start with a post that says, like, do you want to lose 3 to 8 pounds, to kickstart your spring, or whatever you want to say. And then do a picture like of you or something that they can really relate to. So we're doing that. The clean eating group is going well. I think it's going really good. And I wouldn't be afraid to like invite those people and just really find out. If you don't invite them now and you wait till the end of the week after the week's over, which is totally fine either way, I still would inquire and find out what is going on with them. Like, if you don't already know, I would find out, like, are they doing a program? Do they just want to focus on the workouts that we're posting for them? Do they have any interest in doing something like that, that we do? And that opens up the invite, because they want your clean eating menu. Like, they want the recipes, they want support, and they know it's free. So that's a lot of times where people will like come out of the woodwork. And I hate to say that, but that's where people will come out and they'll be like, me, I want in your group. So like, I already had 2 people that I don't even know, to comment on my clean eating post, which I was really excited about, because a lot of times that doesn't happen. But it was somebody I'd added, and we had mutual friends, but I don't know them. And so one of them I can't get a hold of. The other one is actually pretty sure she's going to purchase a challenge pack of some kind tonight. So it just took enough for me to say, like, hey, are you doing a program right now? Like, I'm so excited you're in our group, blah, blah, blah. One thing leads to another. I find out about her, and I realize that she has done the 21-day fix in the past. She does like a shorter workout, blah, blah, blah. And I went ahead and offered her the refresh, because she gave me some information that made me want to invite her to that and let her know that we were running a refresh group. So never be afraid to invite them, even if they just joined your clean eating group and it's free. It's okay to like inquire and find out what they're doing, and then go from there and kind of see if you might be able to get them going before the clean eating group's even up. So that's just something to keep in mind. I posted a video Sunday, if you guys didn't see it, just giving you tips on like hitting Success Club and some things that you can do that I think will help you guys in order to hit it. So I talked about posting, I talked about invites, I talked about like a big wide variety of things that'll help you guys. So watch that video if you haven't, because I think it will be helpful for you guys who are really wanting to hit it. So, okay, I think and our sneak peek, our coach sneak peek's next Tuesday. So be like posting about that, be trying to invite a couple people to the business, and, see if you can get a couple involved in just like wanting to maybe know more, because basically it's like being a fly on the wall. There's no obligation. There's no commitment. It's literally just information for them to find out about what coaching is all about. So you can do just a post of you, like a picture of you, a selfie, whatever, and then just be like, talk about what coaching's done for you. And then at the end, you can just say, like, if you're kind of wondering what it is that we do as coaches, if you think you have to be fit, or if you think you have to be, know all of these things and do them perfect, or however you want to say it. Because I think it's always misleading for people. They think that we like are eating carrot sticks and, just sitting around like, I don't know, working out like 4 times a day. And so we know that's not true. So if anything you can do to post to, let people know like what you're doing is bigger than that. It's more than that. It's done this for you. It's changed your life and whatever. So that's next Tuesday night. We're doing a live event, which will go from 8 to 9. And we will be just posting videos. I'll probably go live. Jamie will go live. I have a few videos. Jessica may go live. We haven't really figured it all out, but you are welcome to add anybody to that who, like I said, just wants to check it out. So I think that's all that is coming up. So clean eating group this week, and then sneak peek, and then 3-day refresh starts Monday. I already have the group set up. I shared it in the team page. You guys can keep inviting. I would have them. I don't know. I'm afraid if they don't order by tomorrow morning that they won't have their stuff by Saturday in order to look over it and start on Monday. So that's just my only concern. Okay, so I think that's all that I wanted to do, and I'll let Jessica start. And then and at the end, if you guys have any questions, we can open it up. So go ahead, Jess.
Okay, I'm going to do my best here because I've got kids that will hopefully stay in bed, and this guy. I got home a lot later from work than I ever thought. And I'm so glad you said something about the workouts, Tabitha, because I just posted in our spring clean. I just posted the next day's workout. So
sounds good.
So tonight, this is going to be a refresher for some of us, but then for others, it's going to be just like a guide that you can use to kind of help you grow and share your business on social media. And it's all going to be trial and error. You're going to find out what will work for you in your business, and you kind of tweak what you need to tweak, and just kind of think of the stuff you learned tonight as a great place to start and go from there. At first, I wasn't comfortable sharing like the things that Tabitha was like, yeah, just talk about this, and I wasn't really comfortable with it at first. And even now, sometimes I'm not super comfortable with certain things. But I just find that the more I share like me and what's really happening, just the more response I get from people. So just kind of a good place to start, the basics. You're going to share your story. And you're going to share your why. And this may seem super scary to do on social media. And you may be like, nobody really cares that like I'm doing this workout program, or, I'm starting to eat clean. But if you share why you're doing it and you are sharing your journey as you go, people respond to that because it's real and it's from the heart. So you always have to think about, your why, because that's no matter what your why is, that's what's driving you. And if you share about it, then it's real and it's truthful and you're going to get a good response. Like for me, I started sharing as I was losing weight. I mean, and I know I shared this with some of you the other night at Tabitha's team, the thing we did the other night. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what you called it, Tabitha, but anyway, I started out my journey at 270 pounds and I am still at 220. And to me, and that's okay. I'm not saying that's bad, but I think that it was really hard for me to share with people. I don't think I've ever like shared that number on Facebook yet, but for me to share, I am 100 pounds overweight. Like that was really hard for me to admit to people, but I got so much love and so much encouragement as I shared that story, and as I still continue to. That's the thing. You're gonna share as your story evolves. It's gonna change. Like fitness isn't like you get there and you're done. Like it's never like that. You are always working on your fitness and your wellness. And for me, I know we focus a lot on fitness, but for me, it's a whole big picture of wellness. It's and that makes it easier to share about too. So kind of think about that, because think about why you're making those choices to be healthy and to be, to lose weight. Yes, we do like seeing those results in the mirror, but how many of us have a history of heart disease in our family, or cancer, or stroke, or, I mean, why are we doing this? We're doing this to be healthy and to fight off those things. So I think sometimes when we share the real reasons with others too, that kind of hits home to them, because it's not just about, it's not just about, the number on the scale or what size clothes we're in or whatever. And yes, those are victories that we like to share, and that's okay to share those things. But I'm just saying there's a lot of things that, we don't think about that maybe we can be sharing with people to encourage them. So that's just kind of about your why and sharing your story. And just let your why drive you. Like right now, a lot of my posts are about how I'm struggling. I'm sorry. I know I poked you in the mouth. I'm sorry. It's okay. Sorry, guys. My why is, just give me a second. Andy's happy. So like right now, a lot of my posts are how I'm struggling since this little guy's been born. I just started nursing him, and I swear that's why I'm really struggling with cravings right now. So I've tried to kind of share about that and be real with people, because I don't have a real big transformation to share right now. I've kind of been stuck. Like, I keep gaining and losing the same few pounds. It's okay to share those things because that's real life, and that happens to everyone. So another thing you want to think about when you're sharing on social media is sharing your entire lifestyle. You know, all your posts don't have to be fitness related. Like I was talking about, think about wellness as a whole. Mind, body, spirit, right? Like, we're working on exercise for our body. We talk about supplements for our body. You know, what is it? Is it your faith and your family that keep you strong mentally and spiritually? You know, you can share all of that. Any products, you know, that you're super excited, and I'll mention that later too, but you know, why do you use, like for me, why I use a certain toothpaste over another? Because it's got more natural ingredients and not as many chemicals. You're kind of sharing your lifestyle. So when you're posting, they're seeing that entire lifestyle. And they know that you're real and you're being, you're walking the walk and not just talking the talk. I know I say that a lot, but I like that expression. So like I said, you want to be relatable, and you want to talk about what it is that sets you apart. Are you a busy mom? Are you a busy wife? Are you all of the above? Are you really working hard at your career but still making time for yourself and for your fitness? You know, those are things that you want to share. And share and post about. Share funny stories, share happy stories, share the sad and the scary stuff too if you feel comfortable doing that. You know, I will never forget, Silas was like just a couple months old, and one of my good friends, we all threw a shower for, and I know I've told you guys this story, some of you guys this story before, but it may be new to others. But we threw a shower for our good friend that was pregnant, and I was talking about like what a struggle it had been for me since Mike went back to work. My husband works evenings. And I was just kind of talking about how it's been such a struggle, and she just looked at me, she's like, cause she just had her third baby too. And she's like, really? Cause it looks like you got it all figured out on Facebook. Like, it looks great over there at the Cervi household. And I'm like, no, like we don't have it figured out. It's kind of a hot mess at bedtime, right? So that just kind of like really hit home to me, because I was like, oh my gosh, is that what people think? Like, I need to start sharing the stuff that I'm scared to share. Like, when I take a picture and there's clutter in the background, I'm like, oh no, I got to clean that clutter up and retake it. Well, you know what? Like, that very next week, I took a picture of my living room that had literally exploded, like toys and diapers and whatever. And I'm like, look what happened when I was doing my workout. Like, and it was funny because there were all these moms commenting under it, like, oh, that's nothing, you should see our house, you know? So it just kind of like, it just like, we're not, what is that movie, the Stepford Wives or whatever? Like, we're not just perfect people that always have our house clean and our dishes done and we got our workout in and we didn't eat anything that was bad for us today. Like, that doesn't happen, right? Like, sometimes it happens, but not always. Sometimes we have a good day and we're like, I rocked that today, you know? But it's just important to share those things with other people, like your struggles and your oopsies, you know, like my son, he got into my Shakeology, like into the canister, and literally had it like head to toe. It was awful. And the first time it happened, it was super cute, but like the third time it happened, I wanted to beat his butt. But like, I posted a picture of that because I'm like, look at this mess. You know, you're just sharing your life, and I'm just trying to give you some examples of how I do it. And you're just sharing your your life, and that you're like a human, and that some things happen that maybe you didn't plan for. So you kind of, that's going to help you find your brand too. And when you hear people talk about their brand, that's basically saying, you know, who is your target market? Not that you're thinking of people like Are you my target market? Because of course we would help anyone that wanted help, right? But it's just like when you find your brand and that's how you market to people. Like for me, it was being a pregnant mom that was getting her workouts in every day and really still working on her fitness. And now it's like I'm still trying to work on my fitness and work on my clean eating. Like that's kind of my brand. So a lot of other moms might really connect with me, and you're going to attract people that are like you. And a lot of times that is going to form the best relationships, and that's going to create that fire in your challenge groups and make them super successful. And like I said, of course, we're going to help other people too, but it's always great when you have, like, our challenge group right now is just amazing. And everybody is posting and encouraging others. And that's what it's about. Like, it's about everybody in this together succeeding and lifting each other up and continuing to work on their wellness and their fitness. So that's just kind of how it works when you find your brand and you start, really attracting those like-minded people. I talked about, sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. We talked about posting struggles. So, okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of what to post, like to post real life. Now, like the actual way to do this is, I would suggest you always want to be consistent about posting on social media. So you want to try for 3 posts a day. And I don't always hit that. Like, I was hoping to screen share tonight and be like, look at my awesome, like timeline, but no, because I've had a rough couple of days and I haven't posted like I've wanted to. So I would really suggest to shoot for those 3 posts a day and share your life. One's funny, one could be about your family, one could be personal and family related, one could be something funny you saw. And then one would be business related, or not necessarily business, but fitness or wellness related. So it could be like a clean eating recipe. It could be, oh my, it could be like your favorite, it could be your favorite workout. It could be just sharing about your challenge group. Whatever it is, you want to try to make one of those 3 a day fitness or wellness related. And I know that's a lot for people, because when Tabitha told me that, I was like, I don't post 3 times a week on Facebook all the time. So that was one of the things I worked on. So at first, the 3 times a day was too much. So maybe shoot for every 3rd post. So look at your feed and every 3rd post is wellness or fitness related. And then maybe work up to the 3 posts a day. Does that make sense? Did I kind of say that? Sorry, I got a squirmy wormy. So by posting consistently and posting 3 times a day, you're going to stay on people's news feeds. They're going to see your lifestyle. They will see that you're consistent and that this isn't just a fad for you. This is something that you're doing because it's the best thing for your health and your family's health. So, they're seeing your lifestyle. That's why you're posting, but you're just going to leave little tidbits for people. And, sometimes it may just be I know Tabitha just told me she just got somebody involved that said, I've been watching you for years. And Tabitha's she doesn't always even like my post, but people are watching you, and you're the one that they're going to turn to when they see that you're doing this the healthy way, and not just a crash diet or, you're just working yourself to the bone, working out to make up for whatever it is that you're eating or whatever. So that's just how you're going to stay on people's radar, is by posting. And what I found, since I started posting more, you start to reconnect with people that you haven't hung out with in a long time or that you haven't talked to in a long time. And that's kind of fun. So what if you don't ever get them involved in your challenge group or whatever it is? it's still kind of fun to reach out and to like meet new people and to reconnect with people. And okay, so the next thing is, how do you present, like when you want to talk about a business post, when you want to talk about Beachbody or your products, how to present that is maybe not necessarily showing the product itself. In fact, that may get less attention. You want to talk about how the product has changed your life or your family's life. And I keep saying the product, but I mean Shakeology, what workout program and clean eating, how has that really changed your life? And that kind of goes along with sharing your story. But I'm just saying, it's kind of like you give examples of it. Like Cecilia did I really liked your post the other day when you were talking about how Shakeology really boosted your immune system. And was it that you didn't wind up in the hospital? Was that the story? I can't remember, but I just thought that was awesome. And like, what an awesome testimony. And that is not something she can make up, you know? And it was the cutest picture of her just with her shake, you know? And it's not like she had a bag of Shakeology. She just had, Silas Michael, can mommy talk? I have been feeding you. But that's an example. Or like, you know, your kids maybe like the shakes or whatever. I'm just saying that sometimes, sorry. Do you want to eat again? I don't think there's anything left, but you can sure try. Just kind of wanted to mention that maybe, you know, actually taking a picture of whatever it is that you're trying to show people how awesome it is, sometimes that doesn't get the most like traffic or attention. So if you take a picture of like your DVD box or Too Hardcore or your bag of Shakeology, like, or even like your or even like your food for the day or whatever. People want to see you. They want to see your face. They want to see your kid's face. They want to, you know, they want to see that. And that's going to attract them more. And they're probably actually going to read your post to them. And they're going to see that what you're talking about isn't just a gimmick to try to get them to buy something, but there's a real true story behind it. Does that make sense? Sorry, I had like Jennifer came to pick up her 3-day refresh. So of course my dog freaked out. So anyway, people are going to respond to that, and they like to see your life anyway. And I know and this was hard for me at the beginning too, because a stock picture that's perfect and edited, okay, Jen, a stock picture of, you know, whatever it is that's perfect and edited is really tempting for us, because we're like, well, that just looks so nice and appealing to us. But people really just don't care about it. Like, I don't mean to sound negative, but people want to see you and your family, and they want to hear about how it's affected you and how it's been a positive thing for you. So I'm just letting you know that it's all falling apart here, folks. Like, he's losing it fast. So that kind of gives you some ideas on how to share it and how to be successful sharing it. So another thing I really encourage you to do is a call to action post. So as you're telling your story and as you are sharing your success, you're also challenging people to do that with you. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get them quiet before I start talking again. So you want to do call to action posts regularly, because this is going to be a way for you to, number one, share your story and your success and your, you know, joys and triumphs or even struggles. But then at the end of that post, you can do a call to action. Who wants to do this with me? Who is in it? Who wants to work hard on their fitness? You know, and then say comment below or message me, and we'll talk. And those call to action posts are a great way to get people involved, and to really kind of share what it is you're doing. So you can do a call to action post about the 3-day refresh, like Tabitha talked about she talked about that at the beginning of the call, sharing before and after photos. You can, do the call to action post for your challenge groups, for the coach sneak peek coming up, and for the 5-day clean eating group we've got open. Those are, call to action posts are a great way to get people involved. But as you do those, you want to start off telling your story and and maybe a little bit about your journey, and then going into the actual who wants to do this with me. So, and it can even be who wants to take control of their health. Like sometimes I feel like that's a good way to say things, because that's kind of appealing. Like, yeah, I want to be in control of my health, not the other way around. So that's a great way to share and build. So when we do those things and when we make these posts, follow-ups are key. So making sure you follow up with the likes and the comments on your posts is very important. And it's also going to help you build leaders and not just challengers. And that's great, because we love challengers, of course, and we love to help others. But, follow-ups are a good way to start conversations and really find out what it is that people are needing, because the bottom line is it's about them. It's not about us. So how can we help them? What do they want out of this? Running out of ways to keep them happy. Sorry, guys. So when you are following up on your posts and talking to people who are liking them, it can just be like a, hey, thank you for the like, thank you for your support, and just kind of see where that conversation leads you. You can even ask them, hey, what are you doing? Are you doing if they posted on a comment about your workout, you can ask them, are you doing anything you're enjoying? What are you doing? And just try to start conversations. So that's, just another little thing that I've noticed really helps and is a really great way. And I need to take my own advice on this right now. Like I was just talking to Tabitha about this, and just see who's out there that you can help, because people that are actually hitting the like button or the love button or whatever it is, they're showing you support. So it's a great way to acknowledge them for that and reach out and see how they're doing. And try to really keep track of these follow-ups. And that's probably of course, we know that's a whole nother subject for a call, is how you're tracking everything. But a lot of this is done on Facebook Messenger. So you just want to make sure you're keeping good track of who you're reaching out to and who you're following up with. Another nice rule is to be adding 3 new people on social media each day so you can meet them. If you have several mutual friends, like this is what I used to always be like, well, that's kind of weird. But the bottom line is if I have 56 or 89 mutual friends with somebody, I probably know them somehow. So why not reach out and say, hey, and add them to your group. It's actually as scary and as resistant as I was to this in the beginning, it's kind of been really fun to get to know people and their families and get to see them, and see how their kids are growing and how their families are doing. So try to add 3 people. And you can even when they add you or accept your friend request, you can even message them and say, hey, thank you for the ad. I noticed that so-and-so was our mutual friend, and I think that, how do you know them? Or, just try to find a way to start the conversation with them. Another thing about posting, and sorry, I'm kind of doing this in a jumping around way, so I apologize about that. When you make your post, try to do it at high volume times. So in the morning is a great time, like early AM, like before 8. and then anytime after 6. And actually, I've kind of noticed the closer to bedtime, the more people see it, like more 7 or 8-ish maybe. But that's a good rule of thumb, is before 8, after 6, and even sometimes at lunch. And of course, we know weekends are real high volume too. And especially like a Sunday night is a super high volume time because people are just kind of chilling before their week starts. So another little tip when you're posting pictures, it was so hard for me. Like, I would make this really super cute picture and I'd put a really cute background with it. He's so tired. It's just because I'm talking loud. He won't give it up. So like I would make this super cute picture and it would have like a flashy background and it'd get like hardly anything. So it pulls away from the picture that you're trying to post. So when you want to post something, whatever it is that you want to draw focus to, don't do anything flashy in the background. Just leave it at that and let that be the central focal point. It's just going to pull focus from what it is you're trying to get people to see. Here's another place. I'm really sorry, guys. I thought he'd be quieter for you this time of night. So another thing that you can do that I need to take my own advice about as well is to go live. When you go live, instead of post a video, people get that notification. You know, Tabitha Sampson is live right now. So that is an immediate notification to them. And you can go live about anything. Go live with your favorite new recipe. Go live with your workouts. Go live with your family time. Like Tabitha posted Summer playing with the puppy the other day. That was so cute, you know. Or Erin singing, and she was like, he's gonna kill me. But oh, here it is. I'm almost done, guys. So going live is a great way to share your life and your story too, even though it's pretty intimidating, I will admit. Another thing, like I just have a couple more things to talk about outside. Okay. Another thing is when you message someone on Messenger, they're going to see your feed. Like that's going to bring your feed up to them for them to see. Okay. It's like he wants to nurse, but he's been nursing for this whole time I've been talking, so there's nothing left for him to eat. So anyway, when you message someone, that's going to bring your feed, they're going to see your feed more too. So that, just kind of keep that in mind when you're messaging someone. And remember that when you do post something, if somebody comments on it, it's going to boost it back up to the top of the news feed. So that's just a way you can kind of use it as, I guess, I don't know, I hate to sound salesy, but free advertisement. You know, if you respond to someone who's posted on your post, it's going to, bump it back up to the top, and more people are going to see that. So especially if it's like a 3-day refresh or your challenge group you're trying to get people involved in, it's kind of nice to bump it back up without actually like saying that. Remember how people used to say that? They would like comment bump under there. Obviously you don't want to do that, but you know, it's just keep those kind of things in mind. So the bottom line is we're doing this to help other people. Yes, we're doing this as a business and we're using this as a vehicle to help our family and ourselves. But the bottom line is that we're helping other people. Like we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't want to help others succeed. So if you keep that in mind, and lead with your heart and be just a genuine person, you're going to succeed, and people are going to see that and be drawn to you. So that's all I had. I'm going to mute so you can just see him cry instead of hear him cry.
No, I think that was really good, Jess, and you did good. You're a trooper, like, for going through all that, and it didn't bother us a bit. So it's always worse when you're the one in that situation, I think, because it stresses, like, you out. But we were fine. Like, we were just feeling bad that you were having to struggle. But that was awesome. I think that was some really good tips for you guys. And like she said, basically, just coming at them with all kinds of hits, basically, is what you're doing. Like, you're trying to kind of show every aspect of your life in a nutshell and find a way to connect. And just like she said, you might post something that maybe you're going to like post about something new that you bought that you just got and you love it or whatever, like a new clothing line or a new tennis shoe or something. And you're going to have a runner. Let's say you have someone who you're friends with that's a runner, and she's going to comment and be like, I love those, or those didn't work for me or something. And you're just going to connect with some of those people that you're adding on Facebook every day. It's just a good way to connect with those people, because you never know who you're going to kind of hit with your post. I was trying to think. There was something else when she said at the end there that I wanted to bring up, but I can't think now what it was. Jamie, anything you had to add to that? What you heard?
Sorry, I jumped on late because we had a banquet tonight. But no, I think that's good. I just think, yeah, it's important to be interacting, but also, we're here to give good content, and you're here to share, part of your journey. And I always joke around because I'm like, I'm more accountable to you guys than, you are to me, because I post my videos so that, and people will be like, well, have you not been doing a workout? Because I haven't been posting them. And I'm like, no, I haven't. But I just think giving them good content, helping with recipes, helping with workouts, even if they're not buying from you.
Yeah,
and it's important to kind of help them.
Yes, and when I went to the Super Saturday in Shelbyville that they had like a while back, like maybe a year and a half ago, they said, one of the girls spoke, and she's like, you're basically using your Facebook page. You need to think of it as like a resume, or as like your, it's just your resume for your business, kind of. And what are people, if they go to your page, what are they going to see? Are they going to see a bunch of I'll be totally honest, like when people share stuff and they tag me in it that has nothing to do with me, and like I don't really relate with it, like I untag myself, because like I don't know, I just don't want my newsfeed clogged up with a bunch of stuff that like I didn't put there. And I'm not trying to be rude. Like if you guys took a picture with me and tagged me, of course I wouldn't remove it. Like if I had had friends or someone was in the picture, but you just get tagged in some stuff that I'm like, yeah, that's not what I want really on my page. So I guess I'm kind of picky sometimes about what I post. But it's so true. Like you just never know who's going to relate to you, and finding different ways to post stuff, and different, maybe a lot of my posts are the same, but I try to find something different to present maybe a different aspect or different perspective of what I'm going through or what I'm dealing with, or motivation for the day or whatever. And that just takes a little bit of time to figure out what to do, and I don't have it all figured out, but just to know, okay, I'm going to try it this way. And like Jessica said, it's trial and error. Like you'll post stuff and you'll be like, I'll spend 30 freaking minutes on a post, and I really put a lot of thought into it because the words take a while to come to me, or how it is. Sometimes I can just come out with it, and other times I'm just like, I'm dry right now. I can't come up with anything. And then I post it, and then it's nothing, it's a little frustrating, but you just got to keep at it. Yeah.
And be you, because I know in the very beginning, I got into the habit of going to other Beachbody coaches stuff, and I try to reenact what they were doing. And you can take bits of that, but you have to be you, because obviously no one does that better than you do, and they're going to relate better with you. And people would always be like, oh, well, you've been doing this forever, and you probably have everybody. And I'm like, you would believe how many people would not buy from me, but they would from someone else. And that's okay. I'm completely fine with that. I mean, Tammy and I have had those conversations many times where, it happens, and that's okay. But you have to be you, or else that's not going to work.
Yeah. And
just be vulnerable.
Yeah. And just think of what you would see, what would attract you. If you're scrolling, like Jessica said, like if you go doing a picture that's too busy and you put your picture, like I'll do Pic Collage. That's my favorite collage app to use. And I like it because I can just put stuff where I want it. So I can add the text and I can move it. And sometimes like I'll do a background, like the picture I did for Jessica for this call tonight. Super easy. I threw a background up there and that was fine. And I felt like it was good, decent presentation. But sometimes if your picture's little in your background, you know, like she said, you want to make sure that people are going to like, when they scroll, if it's so small or something's like distracting, you know, and they can't really see you, they might just scroll right past it. So make sure, you know, your picture's decent and that something that's going to catch their eye sometimes. Like that's really what you want to do. And it doesn't always have to be, because sometimes a lot of times it's in the message too. It's not always in the picture, because there is usually a message behind what you're posting. But just think about that. I feel like the simpler, the better. Like don't try to like be super fancy with it, because it's just not. The people would rather see you being you without makeup, with like your hair like looking real cute like that. And so, but really that's all I had. If anyone has anything to add or to say, I think it was great. I want to get a picture really quick, if you guys don't care, if my phone will let me. Okay. Say cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Good one. You guys are so good. Oh, shoot.
I think I'm the only one that's unmuted at this point. Silas, say cheeseburger.
Silas said it. I know it. He said his first word.
He's probably quiet now because Mom's not talking.
He is. He had poop in his pants. I was like, oh yeah, that'll do it.
I would cry too.
Poops are sleepy sometimes.
I'm on the refresh and I just want to go to bed because I'm really hungry right now.
I need a refresh.
I went home. I went from like a sleeve of Do-si-dos yesterday to nothing today.
Ouch.
So I'm going through Girl Scout cookie withdrawal.
Yeah, those
Good
Girl
times.
Scout cookies.
Worst time of the year. They need to do them like right before Christmas.
All right, guys. Well, if you have any questions, Jessica will be glad to answer anything I'm sure that she went over. And
absolutely.
That was really helpful. So thank you for doing that. That was awesome.
Yes, I'm sorry for the distraction.
Nope, it's good. All right, guys. All right. Good night.
Okay. All right.
See ya.
Thanks. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.